Welcome to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. Michael Giddens here for the second round, the round of 16 of the Class 5A soccer playoffs. Sylacauga Aggies at the Brewbaker Tech Rams. We are live at the Emory Fulmar YMCA Soccer Complex, Montgomery Soccer Stadium, right next to the campus of Auburn University at Montgomery for this contest between the Aggies and the Rams. Both teams taking the field right now. The captains just met at midfield. As we are a little over 2 minutes away from kickoff. Thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube. As the teams are shaking hands, meeting at midfield. The Aggies coming into this contest as the visitors, 14-3-3 on the season, on a 6-game winning streak that includes last week's 2-1 victory over the North Side squad that came to Sylacauga. Meanwhile, Brewbaker Tech, 18-4-3 on the season, and they won the first round over Demopolis 5-1 last Friday night. These teams have met once already this year. The Aggies played in Albertville against Brewbaker Tech and won 1-0. That was a season opener for both squads. It's been a long time since then. A lot's changed for both these squads. And a slight clock malfunction here. We'll get underway in just a minute. The Aggies will start from the center circle. It's Joe Gaspar, who set out the first half of last week's game, along with Casey Malone. And we start with the Aggies. Gaspar to Malone. Malone goes straight forward, but then he's dispossessed in midfield. The Rams try a 1-2, but Malone gets it right back from their number 10. It's Marco Vasquez. Up to Gaspar. Gaspar turns to his right. Finds Peyton Wheeler. Wheeler to Carter. Carter's touch difficult, but they get it right back from the Rams. Gaspar with a nice move. Looking for Malone on the right. That was good defense in the end. Number 12, Matthew Emmanuel, sophomore for the Rams. Swept it up, and it was played out of bounds last off the Aggies. Throw in for the Rams. Wheeler's harassing in the corner. It's going to be another throw in for the Rams, taken quickly. In their defensive third. Locke Tran will bring it all the way out. Can't get it past Jarrett Harris. He'll just clear it for another throw on the far side of the field. And a little bit of a miss kick there from Brewbaker Tech allows it to go right back to the Aggies on the throw-in. Now it's a long throw-in to Casey Malone. Shaw looks for a deep cross to Joe Gaspar. It's blocked out for another throw. Shaw into Wheeler. Wheeler bouncing around, fighting for it, and his touch goes just over the crossbar. What an opportunity for the Aggies here. Just 2 minutes into the game. It will be a goal kick for the Rams. But that one right there was the first real chance, and more than a clear-cut chance or a half chance. It was a full-blown chance for the Aggies. Short kick Goes to the right, but the Aggies will turn it over between Shaw and Wheeler. Goes to Gaspar, working it from left to right. Malone sends it back to the other side of the field to Carter. Carter's kick is a little too short. He turns it over. Now it's Brewbaker Tech on the right. They try to cut through the middle. Holdeman steps up and takes it back to Shaw. Shaw. Emmanuel not able to touch it very well, and he's going to eventually turn it over with Gaspar. Gaspar in the right, puts in a cross, but only Wheeler was in the 18-yard box, and it instead goes to the hands of the keeper. And I believe the ref has said that the ball went out of play. The Rams are trying to restart quickly, but no, he's called for a drop ball. I'm not sure at all what the call was there, but drop ball, back for the goalkeeper. He'll send it deep. Headed by Carter. Here's Gaspar. Goes to Wheeler on the left. Wheeler can take a shot. He will put it into the back of the net off the right post from outside the 18-yard box with his left foot. What a shot from Peyton Wheeler. And the score now, Sylacauga 1, Brewbaker Tech 0. No one picked up Peyton Wheeler after he received the pass from Gaspar, and he placed that one perfectly off the right bar and into the back of the net. Nothing the goalkeeper for Brewbaker Tech could do. One of their three captains, Thomas Lawler, he stretched out as far as he could. Now the Aggies. It took them 80 minutes in Albertville to score one goal. They've done it in under 4 minutes here. Malone fighting hard to win the ball back. He's going to play another one for Wheeler. This one's a little bit too hard. Wheeler was not ready for the through ball. Lawler gets it. Kick comes out. And he was looking for Benjamin Jimenez on the right wing, but Jimenez unable to control. Throw in for the Aggies, comes in. Will go all the way to Gaspar. Gaspar looking for Shaw. And that was a pretty good passage of play from Brewbaker Tech, working it down the right. And Braden Cooper steps in front with a timely tackle, sends it out for another throw. Throw taken. Holdeman heads it down. Cooper kicks it. Tries to find Malone. Instead, it's back to Brewbaker Tech. On the left back position, it's Eldrick Reed. And Reed ends up playing it out of bounds down the left. Throw in for the Aggies. Cooper takes. Wheeler's fighting for it with two Rams. Emmanuel ended up with it. Malone comes back to win it for the Aggies. Then his touch lets him down, and it's Vasquez with the ball, and he's going to be fouled. Vasquez just got past Cooper, who left a leg in. And this will be a free kick left of goal from about 30 yards out. The player who's fouled for the Rams now stands over it. Roberto Cabrera. That's a good in-swinger from Cabrera. And it was Jimenez that almost got on the end of it. Cole Wright didn't know whether to come out and claim or stay in his goal. He was caught in no man's land. And it bounced once and then over the head of everybody. And the Aggies, sigh of relief there. Wright will restart. Sends it deep. It's going to be headed over to Anderson Shaw on the left. He's unable to control. Kevin Lewis. Plays it towards the Aggie back line. It comes off an Aggie last, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side. Wheeler comes over right on the throw and wins it. Goal scorer for the Aggies. He'll get the 1-2 right back to him on the left flank. He's got Malone, but it's a 2v3 for the Aggies, now 2v4. He'll just play it backwards to Shaw. Shaw going to take a long shot, and that one was always hooking away. In fact, it stayed in play. Lawler comes all the way over to keep it. Tries to go down the left. He'll kick it out of bounds. It'll be an Aggie throw. It ends up working out for Sylacauga. Cooper with the throw. And Gaspar trying to find a position on the throw. He ends up taking out the legs of Carlos Salazar. Free kick for the Rams. Ball worked its way all the way down the field, but then out for a throw for the Aggies, taken quickly. Cooper to Malone. Malone goes infield to Carter. Carter has found Shaw in acres of space on the left. Shaw plays it first time to Gaspar. 2-on-2 for the Aggies. Gaspar cuts inside, now lays it off to Carter. Carter trying to keep the ball, goes back to Gaspar. Gaspar cuts inside, shot is going to be deflected, and it took all the sting out of it. Lawler diving down to his right. Gets a big mitt on it before it could even – I couldn't tell if it was on target or not, but he stopped it either way. It goes quickly down the right. Jimenez cuts back inside. Touch lets him down. Aggies take it back. Holdeman to Gaspar. Gaspar plays it to Shaw on the left. Shaw holds it up. Dances with it. Cuts back inside. Back to Gaspar. Gaspar looking for Malone. Malone keeps it in play and tries to cross it in. Lawler made himself big. Aggies still with possession. Now Cooper. Shaw. That ball too short, but Carter steps a foot in. Tries a really audacious shot. Dead central, but from about 35 yards out. And it's wide right for a goal kick. Almost 10 minutes played now. The Aggies leading 1-0 on Peyton Wheeler's goal from outside the 18-yard box. He may have another opportunity here, and instead he's going to commit a foul. Emmanuel got to it first. Lawler with the free kick. Headed high in the air. Carter will control off his chest. Cuts back to his left. Cooper. Cooper loses possession. It's going to be Lewis. Big-time challenge from Cooper, and he got the ball. Just a throw-in for Brew Tech. First sub of the game coming in for either team. It's going to be number 14, Christian Hosea. See who he's going to replace. Looks like that's number 19. It's David Sobericon. Hadn't called his name once yet, so I guess he's either been doing his job to perfection as a defender.
No, sir. Concessions are downstairs.
But he has to take a breather here. Reed with the ball on the left. He'll just go backwards to Emmanuel. Nice dribbling from Emmanuel going down this left side. Needs an option. He finds it. It's Vasquez to Reed. Reed back to Vasquez. They're just playing a two-man game on the left. Try to go back inside. It's Harris that intercepts. He goes to Shaw, but Shaw loses out. Lock Tran with the ball now. Tran to Lewis. Tran, Jimenez, back to Tran, then back to Jimenez. Jimenez tries to keep it in play, but he can't. It's going to be a goal kick for the Aggies. Brewtech showing good possession there. Lots of 1-2s with each other on the flanks, but that final ball from Tran just led Jimenez a little too far astray. Goal kick for Colwright and the Aggies. Locke Tran heads it back into the Aggies' defensive third. It's going to be Lewis. Loses out to Holdeman. Ball works his way over to Anderson Shaw on the left. Shaw cuts back inside. Shaw looking centrally for Malone. He's found him. Malone just plays the ball way too strong down the left flank, and it will go all the way out of play for a goal kick. Malone had the right idea there, looking for the Aggie goal scorer, but Wheeler held his run up right as Malone played it, and even if he had continued to sprint, I don't think he's getting to that one. Goal kick is headed by Fisher straight to Gaspar. Gaspar to Wheeler. Back to Gaspar. Gaspar's going to take a shot. It bounces right in front of the keeper, but he's going to get it before Malone can get on the loose ball. And it seems like a directive for the Aggies to threaten this keeper. Kick comes out straight to Malone. He was unlucky to not control it better. Now the ball goes all the way back, and Wheeler was trying his hardest to get to that pass back, but couldn't. Ball's going to bounce down on the restart. Fisher heads it. Looking for Malone. He can't get it past Tran. Tran can dribble forwards. Plays it inside. Salazar. Salazar can't get it to past Shaw. It's a race between Shaw and Hosea, who just came into the game. Hosea got to it first, but played it out for an Aggie throw. Long throw in from Shaw. He's going to go straight back to him. And Hosea takes it off of Shaw. Now Jimenez. And Jimenez is going to be fouled. He used his body well, holding up play. Jarrett Harris went through him. Free kick just inside the Brewbaker Tech half. It's going to be a deep one. It's going to run all the way to Vasquez, hounded by Fisher. That's a good move. What's the call here? It's going to be, I believe, a corner. Fisher played the ball first, went straight through Vasquez with his follow-through. I thought it might be a foul call, but instead it's a corner. First corner of the game for either team. Taken by Vasquez. Dangerous ball. It was actually Ethan Brown that headed it backwards right before Cole Wright could snag it. But a foul was called on Brewbaker Tech before any of that occurred. Brewbaker Tech pressing high. They want the Aggies to kick it long. It works for the Aggies. Cooper heads it to Gaspar. Gaspar looking for Malone down the right. Emmanuel tracked it down and played it out for a throw. Ball's going to bounce all the way through for Carter. Can Carter keep it down? What a chance, but he didn't want to wait for an extra touch. He tried to just take it with his left foot and hit it straight to the keeper. Lawler with the save. Tran does well on the throw. He's got the ball. He's looking for a teammate. He's going to try a crossfield pass. He can't get it past Jarrett Harris. Harris heads it to Shaw. Shaw's dispossessed. And that's going to be a foul on Jimenez by Jarrett Harris. And I think that's the second foul on Harris. So he's going to have to be careful. He could pick up a yellow card if he commits another one. 17 minutes played in the first half. The Aggies leading 1-0. Peyton Wheeler, the goal scorer. Free kick comes in, dealt with by Brown. Wheeler trying to press this back line, but they've played it around pretty well. Down the left here with Vasquez. Vasquez goes central. He's got an option. He's found Lewis. Touch a little too strong. Nice pass from Wheeler to Malone, and Malone was looking for Shaw, but it was just far enough. It allowed Lawler to come out. His mentality was anywhere will do, so he played it out for an Aggie throw. They'll work it down this right side. Another throw. Cooper takes the throw. Aggies try to work it on this right side. They end up losing out. Now Vasquez has it. Challenge comes in. Heavy contact, but no foul called. Referee said play on. Eventually, it was accidentally touched out by Brewtech. It's going to be a throw in. Malone gets up, and he's walking gingerly after that challenge. Headed out for another Aggie throw. Wheeler's going to take this throw, which means it's probably going to be a long one. Looking for Shaw. Lots of space for Carter on the left here after Cooper headed it to him. See what he does with it. Takes on his man, dribbles past him. It's going to end up with Gaspar. Gaspar tried to keep it in play and pass it back to Carter, but was unable to do so. Be a deep throw in for Brewtech. Another sub for Brewtech. Is making his first appearance in the game is Zachary Davis. And I didn't know if a player was going to leave, but eventually Kevin Lewis exits the field of play. Aggies yet to make a substitution here midway through the first half. Almost find Wheeler. Cooper ends up with it. Cooper takes the shot. And that one hopped in front of the keeper, who had to go slightly to his right. Made the save pretty comfortably. He'll start trying to immediately involve number 15. Davis ends up going back to Tran. Tran jukes Casey Malone and then looked for another one of those diagonal passes. Couldn't find it. Malone is still not right. He is not moving very well at all right now. Aggies lose possession. Here's Tran once more. See if he doesn't try that cross diagonal again. He doesn't. He goes left. Reed. Now to Davis. Salazar. Intercepted by Fisher, but it's back with Salazar. Big time challenge from Harris. He's got to be careful. Shaw plays it out for a throw. Emmanuel just barely gets past Malone. Almost dribbles past Gaspar as well, and then takes out Jackson Carter. And I think he got ball first, but he also tackled Jackson Carter after he got ball. And, you can get away with some things on a follow-through, but you can't get away with that. So it'll be Holdeman to take the free kick for Sylacauga. He tries to go low to Shaw. It doesn't work out. Oh, what skill from Carter. Gets past two Brewbaker Tech players, goes to Malone. Malone tries to play it quickly to Gaspar. Can Gaspar get there first? He's going to go to ground. He's asking the referee. Referee tells him to get up. Play resumes. Aggies have worked it all the way back to their back line, but then they get dispossessed in the midfield. Lock Tran with the ball and all sorts of space. He'll lay it off to Jimenez on the right. Tran. Tran takes the shot. Diving down to his left and making the save as Cole Wright. It hopped right in front of him. He just decided to play it safe. 2 palms on it and send it out behind for a corner kick. Be an outswinging corner. And too far outswinging. Malone intercepts. Tran had the right idea, tried to play it back to the corner kick taker, but he'd worked his way too far onside to ever get back for that through ball. First 2 substitutions for the Aggies. Trying to see who's coming off. Looks like Malone and Carter going to get breathers. And coming into the game, you got Valentin Gaspar. And I believe that's Juan Hernandez in a new jersey. Wearing the number 23. But it looks like Juan. Gaspar. He tries to play in Shaw. Shaw may get there first. It's going to be close. And Lawler almost walked out of the box with the ball in his hands. No call. Brewbaker Tech. Tran goes to the right. Jimenez. To Vasquez. Vasquez has found Salazar far down the right side, and he tries to put a cross in, and I believe it was deflected out for another corner. Yes, it was. Good quick counter from Brew Tech. Their 3rd corner of the game. They take it short. And then in the short routine, they immediately play it out for an Aggie throw. Here's Hernandez. Going down the right, looking for Valentin Gaspar. And he almost gets there, but Reed gets there a little bit quicker. It's out for a Brew Tech throw-in. Zachary Davis now fighting and ends up losing out. Fisher plays it down the sideline. That ball looked like it was always going to stay on the line. It eventually goes out for a Brew Tech throw-in. Gaspar goes to Shaw. Shaw's going to have a chance here. Shaw takes the shot and got under it. It goes over the crossbar and for a goal kick. He took that one with his less favored left foot. There's been a few of those chances where the Aggies had elected to kick it with their weaker foot as quick as possible. Brewtech works it well. Through the midfield all the way to the right side. On the restart, Jimenez cutting back inside. Tries to go back to the right. But Harris intercepts. Cleared it to Tran. Tran tries a through ball through the middle. Holdeman was well aware. Ball just pinging around right now. It ended up with Cooper. Cooper tries to go to Gaspar. Tran takes it off of him. Tran, one of the three captains, allowed to run forward. He's going all the way to number 20, Cochran. Cochran's fouled by Holdeman right outside the 18-yard box. And the referee giving Holdeman a talking to. This is probably the best chance of the game so far for the Rams. It's Tran standing over it from the right side of the 18-yard box. Just outside it, only about 3 yards. Tran coming on and just put his foot through it like a mallet. No real direction or aim. And it sailed high and wide to the right. It'll be a goal kick. You got the two Aggie starters back on the field. But they replace two starters. So Harris and Joe Gaspar take a break. Malone and Carter back on the field. Hernandez and Joe's brother Valentin stay on. Valentin headed that one back towards his midfield. Carter sends it forward. It bounces off a Reed. Off of Emmanuel. And this one's going to end up with Wheeler in a foot race. Can Wheeler get there? He's going to put his body in the defender and called for a foul. And the assistant called for the foul. The head referee never saw the flag. Let play go on, so no call. Would have resulted in a goal, I guess, if Wheeler would have scored. It was saved in the end, and now it's worked its way out for a goal kick down the other side of the field. Brewtech went quick. There was a foul in midfield in that quick counter build-up, I believe on Malone. He's being given a warning. No card, though. Salazar still trying to walk off the challenge. Goal kick for the Aggies. As play erupted there with quite a quick pace. Kick goes straight to Wheeler. Emmanuel does well to win it off of him. And he can dribble forward for days. He's going to take a shot. Holdeman steps in front. But then he loses out. Now Tran might do the same. Instead, it's going to go all the way back, and I don't believe that Cole Wright was able to keep that one in play. It's going to go out for a corner after it ricocheted hard off the foot of Casey Malone. Fourth corner. But the first three have not worked out too well for the Rams. They tried to go with a short corner last time. That didn't work out at all, so I think they're going to send it into the box this time with Vasquez. And it was a pretty good corner routine, but Cole Wright catches. He sends it forward to Hernandez. Can Hernandez find Malone, who's got space on the left? He's probably played that one too central. What an opportunity for the Aggies wasted right there. Although Hernandez right back with it after Salazar couldn't control. Looking for Wheeler. Tech gets it back. Trying to work it down the right. It's last off of the Rams. It's going to be a throw for the Aggies. Hernandez coming off the field. Harris back on. Shaw going to take this throw. It's a pretty good ball from Salazar. Finds Vasquez with space on the left. Vasquez goes to Cochran. Cochran back to Vasquez. Quick 1-2 to Cochran. But Fisher gets there first, and he's fouled by Cochran. Seven and a half minutes remaining in the first half. The Aggies still on top 1-0 after their goal from Peyton Wheeler 4 minutes into the game. He scored the winner against Northside. Right now he has the winner against Brewbaker Tech. Still a lot of game to play, though. Another throw in for the Rams on this near side. Salazar gets it. Goes back to Vasquez. To Tran. Tran goes to his left. Tran has 4 Aggies around him. They can't get the ball off of him. Eventually, they do, as he never passed. He had so many opportunities to pass, never took it. Wheeler going to touch it. Ethan Brown leading the charge. Brown plays the ball wide to Carter. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Aggies as Emmanuel showing his pace right there to win that throw after the Aggies like they had a solid break going. Cooper off the bounce, plays it to Malone. Malone takes the shot. It deflected, took a bounce. He throws it into his own net. What's the call? Is that a goal? Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it. Off the shot attempt and the deflection, it's saved by Lawler. And then as he got up to try to restart play, he accidentally, I think, hit it off his leg, and it went into his own goal. The Aggies lead 2-0. And you got to feel for one of the captains of this team, number 60. He's a senior, and that's a tough way to give up a goal in what could be his last game. Five and a half minutes left. The Aggies up 2-0. They've got the ball back as well, working it with Malone. Malone goes down the left. He's probably going to have Gaspar here, or it's just going to be played out for a throw before Gaspar could get there. Long throw taken, looking for Carter. Carter tried an overhead kick after it bounced once on the throw-in, but Lawler makes up for his mistake as he was aware of what was happening, didn't allow the ball to go over his head, and makes the save. We'll call it even. That was a great play from Lawler, almost a better play from Carter. Brewtech on the restart, trying to work it down this left. Fisher's going to commit a foul here. He could have dealt with it a lot sooner, allowed the ball to just continue to roll on, and with a team down 2-0 like Brewtech, you know Vasquez is going to do everything he can to fight for it, and I imagine Fisher's wishing he either played it out for a throw or tried to recover the ball sooner to find a teammate. They said it's a free kick. Tran will take it. Over here on the left side, in swinging. He's had good delivery all game, and it's come to bite the Aggies. What a goal. Just like that, the deficit back down to 1 for the Rams. Lawler's mistake made up for in dramatic fashion with 3:36 remaining in the first half. And I believe it was Locke Tran that got his head to the ball to score that one. I think it was Cabrera, actually, that was the one with the assist. Aggies now on the restart. Advantage played after Shaw commits a foul. Here's Cabrera. Plays it back to Vasquez. Vasquez to Salazar. Back to Vasquez. Can't get it past Jarrett Harris. Good control from Hubbard. Malone trying to go to Carter. Foul going to be on Carter. As definitely not shoulder to shoulder. He put both arms out and shoved the chasing Emmanuel. Going to get called every time. Lawler with the free kick. It goes to Cooper. Malone lets it run. Malone trying to score from way out, 40 yards out, as Lawler still hadn't gotten back inside his 6-yard box. He had Hayden Hubbard to pass to, and he probably wishes he tried that instead. Going down the left side, Tech. Shaw ends up playing it forward. Malone keeps it in play. Ball works his way back to him. Now it's to Gaspar. Gaspar plays it off of Aram for a throw-in. Just over a minute remains in the first half. The Aggies up 2-1. Throw in, Gaspar, a little bit too much hand checking there, trying to fight for it, and it's going to be called for a foul. Big time free kick. Bounces off of Cochran and then ends up with Cooper. Cooper to Carter on the right. Carter with a nutmeg trying to go past. And he's going to be called. There's a foul call with 15 seconds left. The Aggies have to take it quickly. Cooper realizes that he's coming on to try to take it, but they're telling him to move it. Under 10 seconds remains. Cooper trying to get the ball in position. And a clock stoppage called with 3 seconds remaining as the Aggies are trying desperately to get into position. Referee calls for time to be added back to the clock. This is allowing the Aggies plenty of time to get as many bodies forward as possible. Why not send everybody with 6 seconds remaining? Not a lot else can happen. Now the restart comes in. Kick taken, floated in, and Lawler catches it, and that'll end the half. Hayden Hubbard was the only one that went for it to try to do anything, and Lawler's also gone down after catching that ball. Looks like he's hurt something. I hope he's okay. What a manic finish to the first half. The Aggies up 1-0 through the majority of it, thanks to Peyton Wheeler's kick from outside the 18-yard box. Then they go up 2-0 after an own goal from Thomas Lawler, the Ram goalkeeper. But just a couple minutes after that, the Rams struck back on a free kick, a header by one of their captains, Locke Tran. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's the second half of this round of 16 match between the Sylacauga Aggies and the Brewbaker Tech Rams. Here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, this is Sylacauga Aggie Postseason Soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. Ball forward. And it looks like it's I think a foul or a goal. I'm not sure what it was. Goal kick. I can just let it roll all the way out of play for a goal kick. I never saw a signal from the official. Cole Wright takes.
Ask whoever doesn't have nails on if they can open this window for me. Ask if someone who doesn't have nails on can open this window for me.
Jimenez almost finds Cochran. Oh, two Brewbaker Tech players collide. It ends up Malone to Wheeler. Wheeler. That was fantastic work there from Matthew Emmanuel to come back. I don't know if there's any players on that field that can outrun Emmanuel in a dead sprint. Carter heads the throw in. Harris steps in front, just plays it out for a throw. Throw in comes from Emmanuel to Cochran. Now played really high. Bounces off of Cooper. Gaspar now rides the challenge from Cabrera, but Cabrera sprints all the way back and intercepts pass to Carter. Lawler sends it forward. He is going to find Vasquez on the left. Vasquez. There's Cabrera trying another one of those balls. It ends up with Jimenez. That's a big-time challenge between Harris and Jimenez. No call. And the Brewtech fans not thrilled about that one. Salazar going to just barely not keep it in play. Malone trying to take the quick throw to Shaw. Shaw can't control. Emmanuel ends up with it. Emmanuel. And Lewis sends it down the right. Jimenez gets on the end of it. Jimenez cuts inside. Looking for an option. Still going to his left. And Holdeman, big-time challenge. Takes out Jimenez, but gets the ball first. So Barracon. And then Reed, it's going to go off of Reed last. It's a throw in for Sylacauga. Hey, he's working down the right, and another throw. Wheeler's going to take this one, so you know it's going to be a long throw. Oh, it comes off. Keeper doesn't get it. Hit really high, and it's going to be just over the crossbar from Gaspar. Lawler came out to claim the throw in. Wasn't able to do so cleanly. Ball could have gone anywhere. It hopped up too high for Gaspar to keep it down. Cooper heads it back to Brown, who heads it forward to Malone. Malone just punts it sky high. It bounces off of Lawler, and then he's able to get it. And Malone comes out and takes out Emmanuel. Emmanuel, incensed that there's not a card coming out, just a foul. And he's getting the talking to from the official based on his reaction, his dissent. And to a certain extent, I get the complaints. I feel like the Aggies have committed a lot more fouls than Brewtech in this game, and there will be a card given. So after he talks to Emmanuel, he then goes back over and gives Malone a yellow. Now, Malone may not be the Aggie most deserving of a yellow in this game, but it is kind of a surprise that it took this long for one to come out. So Malone has to come off just for, at least for one passage of play. Valentin Gaspar takes his place. Second that ball goes out of play, Malone will be back in. Here's Kevin Lewis with the ball on the right. Goes centrally to Cabrera. Cabrera feeds it to Jimenez. Jimenez goes to ground. No call. Holdeman can't get past Cabrera. Here's Jimenez. And Shaw just plays it out safely for a throw. Throw into Jimenez. Jimenez lays it off to Cabrera. Cabrera is going to put in a cross. It's a pretty good one, but it's over everybody's head. And it's in all likelihood going to go out for an Aggie throw. Subs coming back in. You got Emmanuel out. Hosea in. And it's the switch that just happened. Vice versa. Valentin Gaspar out. Casey Malone back in. Fisher with the throw. It comes back to him. He hits it sky high. Wheeler is able to control it. Turn, look for a teammate. Tries to play in Gaspar. It's going to bounce back to him. He's going to head it towards Gaspar. Gaspar heads it once, and Gaspar's in. Gaspar takes the shot! And is that a save? It is. It's a huge save. The redemption arc for Thomas Lawler. It's a roller coaster ride. You got the good and the bad with the Ram goalkeeper, and right there it was more than good. It was great. Down to his right to make a save on the skidding drive hit by Joe Gaspar. It'll be Braden Cooper taking this in-swinging corner from the near side. It's high. It's Wheeler getting his head to it, but he's going to send it wide right. And it'll be a Brewtech goal kick. Goal kick goes to Ethan Brown. Now Malone will recycle it. Jarrett Harris. Harris back to Brown. Brown to Cooper. The Aggies realizing they're the team with the goal advantage. They don't have to push anything. Taking it slowly here, trying to work it through the middle. But Wheeler's going to lose out. It's Vasquez to Cabrera. There's another deep in-swinger, but that one is positioned right to Cole Wright, who catches it safely. He will boom a kick to Carter, who controls, then takes a heavier touch and loses out. And it's Cabrera, but Malone comes over. Cabrera still with it. Cabrera to Cochran, back to Cabrera. And Cabrera is going to play this ball too hard, most likely for Lewis. Yeah, Lewis can't get to it. It's going to be a throw-in. A deep throw-in for the Aggies. Just a quick update. Of course, we were planning to do Sylacauga girls soccer at Elmore County tonight, but a plague has hit the Radio Alabama studios, and that was basically the only fit body that could do a game. So, unfortunately, with the games on the same nights, we'll just be bringing you this one. I'm sure those of you that are here might be able to make part of that game. And we're glad that those of you are tuning in, possibly from Elmore County right now, listening to us on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. This is a corner for Brew Tech. Comes all the way over, and Cole Wright gets a palm to it. That was, in all likelihood, going to be the equalizer if Cole Wright doesn't make something happen there. So another corner, this one from the other side. It'll be an outswinger. Goes through the whole crowd to the other side of the 18-yard box and out of it. It's Cabrera being challenged by Gaspar. Gaspar's going to play it out, and we're going to have a third straight corner. And it's back to the in-swinger side, and I think this is definitely the most dangerous of the two sides for corner kicks. These in-swingers have been tough for the Aggies to deal with, and they have resulted in a corner or a goal. It wasn't from a corner, but was still from an in-swinger from around that position. Cole Wright comes out to get this one, though. It didn't beat the near post. He's going to try to restart a throw to Carter, and he's done very well. Carter is in a one-on-one situation on the right wing. He's just going to use pace. He gets through. He's got options for a pass. He takes a shot, and he squeezes it in near post. Pass Lawler. Surprise Carter took the shot there, but he did, and it works out for him and for the Sylacauga Aggies. They're up 3-1. It comes exactly 15 minutes into the second half. And now with 25 to go, the Aggies reclaim that 2-goal lead. Number 9 and number 21. They've been the danger men for the Aggies as of late. They were the 2 goal scorers against Northside. They're the 2 goal scorers for the Aggies tonight against Brewbaker Tech. Tech on the restart with Sobericon looking for, I believe that's Zachary Lewis, and he's going to be fouled by Carter. It'll be a free kick. Free kick comes in, headed down. And offside called against Brew Tech. Wright will go to the left to find Gaspar. Gaspar trying to dribble through two, and he's done it. He's going to try to release Wheeler. Tran just plays it back safely to Lawler, who clears it forward. It's going to bounce off of Cooper and go out of play for a Brewtech throw-in on that left side. Couple of subs waiting for Brewtech to come in. Fisher just slams it forward, and it's going to be Wheeler that can get onto it. Wheeler tries to cut inside, is unable to, but Carter's there. Wheeler's going to try to get to it. It's going to end up with Wheeler after he and Carter fight for it. Lays it off to Malone, to Carter. Carter in field to Cooper. Cooper is dispossessed by Lewis. Lewis looking for a teammate. He's going to go right. Can't get it past Fisher. Gaspar dispossessed by Salazar, but gets it right back, and now Gaspar tries to go to his left. It's going to be Wheeler against Emmanuel. Wheeler's got it. Wheeler holding up play. Tries to put in a cross. There's nobody there to cross to, and the keeper claims. Cooper and Cochran battle for it. Cooper cleared it, but only to Vasquez. Here's Salazar. Salazar. And we got Salazar down after the play. So we'll have an injury timeout, stoppage. And it's not just Salazar. You got Cochran on the ground now as well. Two subs are already planning to come in now. I think it's going to be three. There's a lot of struggling Brewtech players out there, limping or still on the ground. Cabrera's back in the game. You've also got first appearance from Gabriel Vallardes. And also waiting to come back on is number 11, Benjamin Jimenez. Drop kick. And a restart for Cole Wright and the Aggies. Wright will take his time. Makes Fritz Pfeiffer come out and force him to pick it up. Then the restart kick down to Carter. Carter, last time he was in this situation, he used his pace to get that third goal down the right flank. This time it'll go out of play and for a Brewtech throw in. Harris to Malone. Malone cuts back inside, tries to put in a cross. Looking for Gaspar at that far post, but it was more central and even slightly to the near post. The keeper collects it. Hits it forward. Fisher trying to decide what to do with it. He just plays it safe out for a throw-in. Learned from his mistake in the first half when he didn't, and ended up giving up a free kick that turned into a Brewtech goal. Vallardes with the throw in to Pfeiffer. Tries to go back to him, and it's out for a goal kick. The Aggies are not in any rush. Up 3-1. Just past the midway point of the second half. The ball with Anderson Shaw. He goes infield to Malone. Malone back to Harris. Harris to Carter. Carter to Malone. Malone sends it forward, and that's just too hard. In the end, it's easy for Lawler. Almost another mistake from Lawler, but ends up working out for Brewtech. Cabrera now to Vallardes on the right. Out for a Ram throw in off of Gaspar last. Here come the subs. Pfeiffer off, Cochran back in. For the Aggies. Wheeler and Harris off. Hernandez and Hubbard in. Hubbard trying to go quickly on that breakaway. He plays it out for a Ram throw in. Hosea and Gaspar fight for it. Hosea plays it to Sobericon. Sobericon back to Hosea. Nice ball from Hosea to Vallardes, but Fisher wins the foot race. Out for another Ram throw. Big time cross from Jimenez. What a play from Jimenez with his weaker foot. He loves to cut it on that left side, but he took it to the byline, went with his right, and it was Vasquez, the goal scorer for the Rams, looking for a brace, but he side-footed it with his left over the crossbar, and a huge chance goes begging. Rams hadn't threatened in quite some time until just now. Goal kick goes to Hubbard. Hubbard finds Carter. Going back to Hubbard. Hubbard just can't get to it in time, but it ricochets back to Malone. Malone to Carter. Back to Malone. Trying to go back to Carter. He will. Right on the right sideline. Malone putting in a cross. Gaspar with the header, but it's well off target and a goal kick. Comes out. Goal kick goes straight to Malone. Malone works it back to the right, takes a shot, and it just floated over the crossbar going from right to left. It was not far away from that top left-hand corner of the goal. Lawler sends it deep, but can't get it past Carter. Carter to Malone. Malone backwards to Shaw, who's deployed at right back right now. He's going to let the ball run all the way back before he decides what to do with it. And he tries to play it down the right sideline for Carter, but it's out for a Ram throw. Vasquez to Cochran. But Brown with great defense. He tries to play it down the left for Gaspar, but cannot, although this pass from the Rams goes to Hernandez. Hernandez to Vasquez. Vasquez back to Hernandez. Hernandez inside. He's got two Aggies trying to run onto it, but it's just past both of them. I don't know if they were both onside or not. In fact, yeah, they were. At least one of them was ruled offside, and because of that, the flag went up. I think it was Hubbard. I think Carter was still onside, but Hubbard was offside, and he made a play for it. But that was a great counterplay from Gaspar and Hernandez to start that. Lawler with the free kick. Bounces in front of Fisher, who heads it. Only as far as Vallardez. Back to Cabrera. To Vallardez. They try a little flick to Jimenez. It doesn't work out. Malone to Cooper. Tries to lay it off to Malone. But Salazar works incredibly hard to win it back. He goes to Vasquez down the left. Tries to cut inside. Can't get past Carter. Plays it over the top, and this is going to be interesting, but a little bit too far. Lawler elects to kick it away instead of field it with his hands. But Brewtech is fine. There's plenty of space on that left, and it ends up with Vasquez to Salazar. Salazar to Jimenez. Jimenez tries to feed Vallardez. Just a little bit too far. And Wright was well aware, I think. Jimenez wishes he hadn't just used the runner to clear space for a shot with that left foot. Tried to be unselfish there. Kick comes out. Hubbard can try to chase it. Oh, great job from Gaspar. With Hubbard chasing the whole time, he goes to Carter. Carter tries to send it back to Gaspar. Gaspar is going to be fouled. Just got position and allowed Hosea to run through him right at the top of the 18-yard box, and he stayed down here. It was a pretty big collision. 11 minutes and 54 seconds remains. And it's good to see Gaspar get up on his own accord. Pretty heavy limp, but he's trying to walk it off. Pretty sure he'll be one of the two going off with his substitution. You got Dylan Sandoval into the game for the first time. Also waiting to come on is James Fleeman. He may not get to come on until after this free kick is taken. Malone stands over it. Brewbaker Tech with a four-man wall. It is shaded just left of the top of the 18-yard box. Here is Casey Malone. Takes the shot, and it almost curved into the bottom right corner. Malone looks to the sky. He knows how close that was. In all likelihood, it would have sealed the deal for the Aggies instead. Brewbaker Tech still in with a chance. Other sub comes on for the Aggies. Fleeman in for Carter. So it's Cabrera over here on the right against Sandoval. Cuts inside to the left. Gets past two. Trying to play in Jimenez. But Fisher is just too fast. So it looks like there's a foul called against Fisher on Jimenez. Referees had disagreeing opinions. Assistant referee said it was not a foul. head official overruled him, called it a foul, so Cabrera will take this from not too far away from the 18-yard box, right on the byline on this right side. It will be an out-swinging free kick from essentially a shorter corner. Still dangerous, still headed forward. It's Shaw that got his head on it last. However, it's still a Cabrera. Cabrera gets past two. Stout cuts back inside, tries a cross/shot that's blocked by Holdeman. Not kept in play by Hosea, and it's last off of him, and it'll be an Aggie throw. Malone takes the throw. Salazar finds Cabrera. Jimenez can't get past Fisher. Fisher just plays it out for another deep throw. Not going to do what he did in the first half. And Cochran almost controlled off the chest on the throw-in, but it will go out for an Aggie goal kick. The clock ticks away. Less than 9 minutes remains. Kick comes to Hubbard. He chests it down, but right in the path of Vasquez. Vasquez to Salazar. Salazar tries to feed it to Cabrera. Cabrera's got it. Cabrera cuts back inside. Jimenez trying to get on his left foot, lays it off. Vasquez, it bounces in front of Cole Wright, and then he will fall on it ceremoniously. Right. Aggies having trouble getting the ball back. Facing pressure constantly from Brewtech. Just clearing their lines. They'll do so once again. Another Brewtech throw. And before the throw can be taken, we're going to have a sub. See who it is. We got Salazar off. And it looks like it's number 22, Lewis. Kevin Lewis. Back on for the Rams. He'll get involved immediately on the throw-in. Dispossessed by Hernandez. Hernandez sends it forward. It's a pretty good one. Lock Tran and Hubbard in a race. Tran can only play it out for a corner. Really good play from Juan Hernandez to force that corner. The Aggies will take it short. Cooper and Malone. No hurry. Malone will send it in. It clears the keeper, but no Aggie gets on the end of it. Fleeman and Hubbard were there. Rolls all the way out for a throw. If any Aggie been making a run to the far post, it's definitely a goal. Ethan Brown tries to play it towards Fleeman. Eventually makes it to Fleeman. Fleeman on the right. Back to Brown. Brown tries to put in a cross. And Cabrera just too hard. Goes to Cole Wright. Cole Wright. Hernandez back to Brown. Brown over to Cooper. Cooper plays the ball over the top for Sandoval. Waller gets there first. And it'll go out for a throw. Under 5 minutes away from the conclusion of this contest. Fisher looking for a throw. Jimenez tries the shot. Colwright was well aware of it, and he's going to wait and make multiple Brewtech players come over to force him to pick it up. Must have taken a class on time wasting. That's part of the game. Here's Malone trying to release Sandoval down the left. Ends up midfield on the throw in for Brewtech with Vasquez. Now Lewis. Lewis to Cochran. Cochran still with it. Cochran saved. Another chance. And it's going to be a penalty as Holdeman came in, completely took out. And did he just get a red card too? I didn't see what color it was. It was either yellow or red. It may have been red. The Ram is still down. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. And it wasn't a red card as Jarrett Harris is taking his place. It was just a yellow. It's still a penalty. The clock is stopped at 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. It was Jimenez that was fouled. What a save from Colwright on the first attempt from Cochran. But the rebound came out to Jimenez. He tried another shot. It was going to be wide. It was going to be a goal kick. But Holdeman's follow-through on the challenge completely took out Jimenez in the box. After his shot, he gets a yellow. And Cochran scores on the penalty. 5 seconds off the clock. And the Aggies only up by 1 with 3.5 minutes remaining. Holdeman will come right back in after the penalty. He and Malone both on yellow cards. Multiple subs coming in now for the Aggies as well. You got Wheeler. You got Carter. You got Gaspar. Basically the starting lineup back in the game. Sylacauga just kicks it deep. Out for a goal kick on the restart there. On the restart, the clock under 3 minutes now, and Aggies are content to just play it wherever. Let Wheeler chase it, and he will, and he'll win this. Only for a second, though. Now it's going to be a foul on Wheeler, committed on Tran. And Lawler will stand over it to send it forward. Only needing a goal. The Rams have not quit in this game at all. They continue to fight. But a lot of these Aggie players have had good breaks on the bench. They're fresh, including Peyton Wheeler, who dribbles past 2, past 3, and Tran just has to play it out for a throw safely. This is what Sylacauga needs to do. Instead of trying to just kill the game out defensively, they need to keep the pressure on. Because Brewtech, more than capable of scoring again if they just sit back. On the throw-in, Malone trying to get it. He will allow Wheeler to win it. Cross comes in. Claimed by Lawler. You know he's going to start quickly. He rolls it out. Sends it forward to Brown. It bounces through Emmanuel. Up to Lewis. Excuse me, I think that was Sobericon. Now Lewis has it. Lewis, Cabrera, Sobericon, back to Cabrera. He's forced off the ball by Carter. Holdeman clears. Wheeler trying to win it back. 1:15 remains. It's Emmanuel running with it down the left. Plays it infield. Can't find a teammate. Holdeman just bombs it forward. Tran trying to control it. He's going to play it back to Lawler. Gaspar on the chase. It's hit low right back to Tran. Tran tries to go down the right, but Carter reads it. Carter sends it forward. It bounces off of Tran's head to Emmanuel. Emmanuel to Lewis. Lewis. Sobericon wins it. Sobericon looking, turns. Can't find a teammate, though. Brown steps in front. Cabrera wins it back. But Brown wins it from Brewtech. It's Malone. Malone sends it forward. Ethan Brown can run onto this. It's going to be a chase between Brown and Lawler. Lawler's going to win it. He keeps it in play. And he's going to play it, but it's out for an Aggie throw with under 15 seconds remaining, and I don't think there's going to be any attempt from Sylacauga to throw this in quickly. They do throw it down the field. The clock ticks 2, 1, 0. The buzzer sounds, and the Aggies. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty at times, but they will advance to the quarterfinals of the Class 5A state playoffs with this road victory over a gnarly Brewbaker Tech team that refused to go into the light. Instead, it's the Aggies that will advance to a game that will be a quick turnaround. The dates for the quarterfinals are supposed to be Thursday through Saturday of this week. I'd be very surprised if the Aggies play tomorrow, but you can expect it either Friday or Saturday. And if how I read this bracket is correct, it will be at Indian Springs. Of course, we will await the girls' matchup tonight at Elmore County. If they are to win, it'll be a doubleheader. Probably either Friday or Saturday at Indian Springs on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. But the Aggies victorious. Peyton Wheeler scored the first, an own goal, and then Jackson Carter ends up with the winner for the Aggies in this 3-2 finish. And what a finish it was. Hanging on to the very last moments. This Ram team fought very hard, but just could not come up with it in the end. The Aggies will advance. We will bring you that contest, and hopefully two, depending upon what happens with the girls tonight at Elmore County. But Michael Giddens on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. This has been a product of Radio Alabama Sports. Thank you for watching and listening to Sylacauga Postseason Soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. We'll see you next time. Signing off.